We're taping this video in one of the last few days, in the last days of February of 08.
Oh, leap year too.
Leap year, because we had an extra day this month. And this show is going to run in Chicago in April, public access in Chicago in April, and it'll be on YouTube instantly. It'll be on tomorrow night or something. But it goes all over the world. And I say that because I'm trying to get us to understand that it sounds corny. I talk race on my videos or whatnot, but when it's all said and done, we're ordinary people, we're regular people, and I'm trying to. I want to see the day where, like I said, I just said before, how do we get past this? I'm right, you're wrong. My way is. That's why. See, that's my problem with the organized religion. Organized religion, for me, this is me.
That's
well,
dogma.
That's what I'm saying. It's fear-based dogma.
Absolutely.
And how do we get, especially the younger people? Some of the older people are stuck in their ways. I understand. How do we get to look beyond the dogma, the fear-based dogma?
They don't. First of all, most younger people don't. When they go to church, they're going for the music. They love the choir. They love the activities. They love the praise dancings. And if they don't, if it doesn't sound right to them, it doesn't sit. It just goes in one ear and out the other. Now, older people who are fearful because they're getting closer to death and they want, they
don't want to go to hell, burn in hell.
Absolutely, which God never created one. But they are the ones that we cannot change. All we try to do is put a little light into their life so that they can search for their level of understanding. Everybody's on a different level of understanding. I wouldn't expect us. I have had Rastas, I've had Korean people, I've had Chinese people, I've had all nationalities in my congregation from one time to another. And we all recognize one thing, that there is only one God. And that we are energy, no matter what color we have, no matter who we are. And it's hard to change a Rasta's man. Oh, baby, no. Because Haile Selassie was
the God in person.
Right,
God
and I'm God in person. My Bible tells me, no, you're not, that ye are gods. So I am a small, minute particle of God. I'm not separated from you. I'm not separated from anyone. And you see that sign right there? That says a wave of oneness. This is what we're trying to awaken in people. We're trying to awaken their oneness. And it's hard, but it's possible. Nothing, I don't think anything that is God gives you a desire to do is impossible to do. And there are too many people that have the same desire. They want to awaken oneness. They want to awaken harmony. We want the whole world to live in abundance. We want the whole world to live in wholeness, to have health. When I was in India, I saw poor women who slept in the park, and how they paid their rent for sleeping outside in the park was cutting the grass with scissors.
Wow.
We don't want this. I don't care who it is. I don't want the children in Africa. It's all over the world. But what we don't do, we don't want to think about those things and send energy to it. What we want to do is envision how we would like for it to be, how we know it should be, and send that energy. Don't keep harping on the negatives. Start using your mind in a positive way. Start sending light and love to every situation that you find to be inharmonious. Every situation that you find to be out of sync with what the reality is.
Lady Oshun, last question for this segment. We mentioned about poverty all over the world, which we shouldn't focus on the poverty. We should focus on how we want it to be.
Right.
And over time it'll be that way. But let's talk about a good old-fashioned America, United States of America.
United. What part is united?
United States. America's full of paradoxes and ironies. We know that.
Okay.
But in this country here, we're going through an economic downturn. The gap between the rich and poor widens every day. The haves and have-nots are widening every day. What we call the middle class, the greatness of the middle class, the American middle class, it is pretty much over, people. So going back to spirituality, how are we going to use this spirit, this belief in God these folks have?
I'm a living witness to it.
As this country transitions, because the good old days is over for a lot of people. The middle class, we once know it. Folks are paycheck to paycheck, link cars, dollar stores, the whole Walmart, the whole nine. So how do we use the spirit that we believe in to get us through these tough times and this transition to a more maybe for a lot of people, less materialistic world?
Okay, I know it's
too deep. I know it's too much. I know. But you can handle.
Okay, back when Ronald Reagan 666 was Ronald Reagan, Ronald Reagan, 666, when he was in power, he said he had war on poverty. And he was absolutely right, because he won. I was a lower middle class person. I had 2 homes, okay? He wiped that out. You know, I have 1 home now. And that,
you had 2, but now you have 1.
I have 2, but now I have 1. But according to Indian philosophy, we are now in the Kali Yuga. According to what you call New Thought, we are in the Aquarian or the Golden Age. When we are transitioning from one stage into another, it's very painful. Have you ever? You have children? You saw your wife give birth? Okay. Before the new came in,
I said, no, we ain't have no more. I do not want to see that again. Okay. That's just too deep.
Okay, so we are transitioning now, but the transition can be as hard or it can be as easy as you want. Whatever you focus on, if you focus on those things that you just mentioned, if you focus on that.
On the downturn.
You focus
economic collapse.
Right.
Mass unemployment.
Okay.
If you focus on that, that ain't good.
Okay, but now, you know, I had an email come to me about the new Merrill dollar and all of that.
Yeah, right.
And the one world.
One world government.
I don't call it the one world government. I call it the new world government.
Okay.
In the book of Isaiah, it says that the government would rest upon the shoulder of the Christ. We are the Christed ones. We believe in a messianic consciousness, the consciousness of everybody's Christ self being awakened. So this new world government is going to be everything has to come down before it can be built up.
Okay.
Economics has to collapse. The school system has to collapse. The banking system, all of these things, religion has to collapse.
Wow.
All of these things have to collapse in order for the real deal. Those people who have been in power for eons of time, what's at the bottom must come up, what's at the top must come down. Their time is out. And it's just like cutting the head off a chicken. When you cut the head off a chicken, it's dead, but it doesn't know it's dead. It's just running around willy-nilly.
Its head cut off.
And so many people are like that now. They have no anchor. They have nothing to hold on to. They're running around crazy because they put their faith in materiality. You know, you can't put your faith in materiality. And your grandparents didn't put their faith in materiality. They knew how. No matter what happened, this too shall pass. Put another potato in the pot. Whatever it was necessary, tighten up the belt. Don't. If your cable go off, they go crazy. You know what I'm saying? So the price of gas go up, they go crazy.
We got to detach ourselves from this materialism.
Absolutely.
All these things we have that we feel that's so
what
important.
What you hold on to, you actually kill. If you detach yourself from it, if I had a bird in my hand, if I hold him like this, I would kill him.
Right.
But if I open my hand, it would be able to fly freely and come back to me. But if you hold on to what you have, you'll never get anything else. I can't give you nothing if your hands are all closed up.
You can't receive in your hands like this.
You got to be like this here, whatever is, and trust in the universe. Trust in the universe and know that everything is in divine right order, and that there's a time for all things. There's a time to be born and a time to die. This is a time for something to be born, but before it can be born, the old has to die. And that's my take on it.
You've been great. Say bye-bye for this segment.
Goodbye.